it's Moni XO, and I am here with the founder of Funnel Cake Factory St. Louis, Brandy. I'm so excited to be here in your space. You got a lot going on. Like, first off, let's just start out with, why did you even want to open Funnel Cake Factory?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. This is so exciting. I started out actually Funnel Cake Factory St. Louis. I am actually a chemist, a metallurgist by education.
Okay.
And right before the pandemic hit, I was in a very, very lucrative career and everything was going well. And there was a closure due to the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I had an opportunity to either relocate and take my severance package or just do, whatever I wanted to. And I decided that I bet on everybody else. It was time for me to bet on myself.
Yeah.
So I was given an opportunity to close down the plant alongside some other engineers. And meanwhile, I had started the conceptualization of Funnel Cake Factory St. Louis. At this point, nobody could go anywhere, nobody could do anything. And it was kind of like, if I could just taste summer, if I could just taste a fair, this would be right now what I would need. And so my decision was that 365, I want to be able to say that even if it's 6 inches of snow on the ground, you can still taste summer. And that's how it started. And immediately after the plant closed, I began to make some of my dishes, things that I bake, things that I make here now in the restaurant, and it went viral.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
Like that turkey leg?
Yes. Yes. I've got so many different testimonials. I even have some people that, I kind of looked up to on the social media scene for their cooking and things like that. They've made a variation of my deep fried honey bun, which is one of our #1 sellers. Darius Williams, he made this is Brandy's version. I'm like, Mama, I made it.
But I think it's cool that, with the pandemic and all the things that I guess were bad that have happened, I think a lot of people have found like their purpose and their passions and really found themselves during that time. And I think it's just cool to know that you found what you love to do and you've created a successful business over time and have grown and have done a lot of amazing things that I really want you to open up about, because you've been sponsors, like you've been a part of big events that have been around the city. So like, just what are you working on now? Like what have you done in the past that you're proud of?
Well, my whole, my second tier of philosophy within this restaurant is that, and I tell people this when I go speak, or someone says that they want to get into the restaurant business, they want to become an entrepreneur, dealing with, or a proprietor dealing with food. I always tell them that I have 3 rules, and if you can figure out these 3 rules for yourself, then you'll be successful. And I just say that it is purpose, passion, and then the profit. Mm-hmm. I say that because with your purpose could be anything. It could be, you could feel like it's your divine purpose, you know what I mean? And that'll be between you and the creator. Or you can just say that, I want to have more time with my family.
Yeah.
So I want to start this business because I want time for my family. That's your purpose. Whatever that is, that's your purpose. And then the other thing is your passion. You may have a purpose, which means it's just to feed your family. But your passion is something that you sat on the edge of the bed as a little girl or a little boy and was like, when I grow up, I want to do this. Mm-hmm. And how can I align my passion with my purpose?
Yeah.
And if you align those two, the profits will come. Mm-hmm. Because if you have a purpose and you're passionate about something, it's a no-brainer that the profits come.
I said we gotta rewind this back so the people can hear this, because I think that was super inspirational. Definitely something that I needed to hear, and I know a lot of other people, a lot of entrepreneurs need to hear that as well, because a lot of people are like profit, but they don't know why they're doing it. They don't know what it is that they love. They just see dollar signs.
Certainly, the money will come. I mean, I know this firsthand. Being 3 years with the business and the pandemic, the dollars weren't always there, mm-hmm. and there were some grim days. But the thing about it, I was doing something that I loved. So it didn't even seem like work. Yeah. It didn't seem like a burden. It just seemed like I was doing what I enjoyed. Mm-hmm. And I was doing it before, for friends and family, and it wasn't compensatory. So what would make the difference now? Now I can do it. I was doing it full time. And indeed, the profits did come.
Yeah. I was like, what has been your favorite part though, or I would say, I guess, challenges when it comes to having a business, because, you know, we see all the great things you're doing on the outside, all the success you have at a venture at, but like when you are dealing with things on your own that we don't see, like what are those things that you go through?
Well, I mean, we can talk about like fiscal things and financial things, but that happens with business, pandemic or not. You know what I mean? You have your upslopes, you know, and your down, you know, your downs. But to me, it's just being able to continue to run the business and continue to do other things that I do with regard to my philanthropic efforts. You know what I mean? Being able to be a woman for others, and run a business. You know, there's so many needs. You know what I mean? There's so many immediate needs within my community locally, and you know, running a business and trying to be here and there. I've struggled with having the balance, because before I didn't have my business and I could do those things on my own time, but I don't really have that much of my own time anymore. So just paralleling the philanthropic efforts alongside running the business has been a challenge. Finding time for myself, you know what I mean, to make sure that I can pour into others, because if I'm empty, I can't pour into others. You know, if my tank is low, there's no way I can fill yours. But if, you know, I keep those type of things in line, I know that everything else will go into play just fine. And so that has been like the biggest challenge for me, just finding balance with the personal, you know, the business, and the things that I want to do for others.
Yeah, I'll say, and going back to community though, how important is that to be involved in your community when you have a business? Because a lot of people, they'll have their brick and mortar, but then they just have it. They're not out in the community, they're not, you know, networking and things like that. So how important is that to you?
Well, I can't speak for other businesses and the reason why they don't put back into their community. And pouring back into your community is not just financial. Sometimes it's physical as well. You know what I mean? Because you have to do the work. If it's not already being done, then you know that there's work involved with it because you saw a need. But for me, I know that it's important because anything, not just with community, anything you put out, it comes back, you know, and in most cases tenfold. For me, my efforts with the homelessness here in downtown St. Louis, you can't avoid it. So I feel like that was part of also my purpose to open the business, because it opened up my eyes to things that I didn't just see on local news. It was in my face. I couldn't avoid it. I couldn't hide it. So I had to do my part to get involved with it. One of the things that my restaurant sponsors is First Meal St. Louis. So on New Year's Day, we provide breakfast for, this year it was for 250 families, not including the children that were with them. And my thought is, while we're all working on New Year's resolutions and what's to come, these people are worried about their first meal of the year. And Funnel Cake Factory St. Louis provided that this year.
I'll say, well, that's amazing, all the things you've been doing and plan on doing. I need to go back, though, and figure out what are some of your best sellers that you have here, and then just what are some things that you offer on the menu?
Well, our number one seller, I mentioned it before, is going to be our deep fried honey bun. It is like caloric intake overload. And it, you know, just from the Da Vinci caramel, just, you know, the batter, everything, just complete richness. And the next, and you said, well, next, well, yeah, our turkey leg, like it is top notch. I really enjoy to see people's faces when they come in and they ask about those. On the menu itself, we have everything that you can think of that would be a fair food, and that was the conceptualization of Funnel Cake Factory St. Louis. It's kind of fair food meets gourmet, if you will. We say our slogan is Big Top Eats, sweet treats with batter, sugar, and carnival meat, you know.
Well,
so
I'm gonna tell you, when I got that turkey leg, I tried to put the fork in it, and I was trying to tear it off with the fork, trying to eat it, because I was sitting right in this corner back here.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was trying to pull it off and trying to eat it like nice. When I said I had to take it home.
I was going to say, did you finish it? Did you finish it?
I just
That's
had to
the
eat
question.
it at home. That's all it was. But before we wrap up into the Causeray Jar segment, like what are some things that you are working on that you're able to tell us about? And then how can people reach out to you, whether it's just to come in, like what are your guys' store hours, or how can they just contact you?
Well, certainly. Well, for Funnel Cake Factory St. Louis, we are working on an expansion of the turkey leg factory side of Funnel Cake Factory St. Louis.
Okay.
We've gotten a lot of inquiry for more of the sides and things like that. So why not expand on that? But that will be here locally in St. Louis.
Okay.
I actually just wrapped up a book that has went to the publisher, and it will be out in January.
Oh, that's exciting. Okay.
So I'm excited about that. And then as far as here in the restaurant, I want to make sure that this summer is the best summer for our customers and people who have frequented us in the past, because this is the actually first summer in the last couple of years that everybody has been able to be maskless if they wanted to, be able to actually dine in without restrictions at this time. Mm-hmm. And so it's just an exciting time to still be a part of that and be around when you see other businesses that are no longer, open.
Yeah. I said you guys are going to be booked and busy. I already see it.
Excited about that.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to pull 3 questions out this jar.
Oh, no.
You're just going to answer them the best way you can.
Okay.
Don't be nervous.
Okay.
Yeah, just pick out 3.
I'm going to shake it up.
Look how she's shaking it.
Shake it like a salt shaker. Okay. I'm U-City, so I have to always plug U-City. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
What's
amazing.
It say?
Okay. It says, how would you spend $100 million?
Oh.
Okay, well, first I would go, no. With $100 million, oh my God, that would just put my heart as so much joy. Well, first of all, I would take a portion of it, and I want to do like what I consider like a bathhouse for my homeless people downtown.
Yeah.
And then I will fully staff that so that they can, shower more regularly. And of course, all the toiletries and everything that people bring to my restaurant currently, I would, without even donation, I would, buy everything up to place inside of that bathhouse for them. For myself, I would definitely expand, money makes money. You know what I mean? So then I would have money.
You know what I love? I love how your face lit up and how excited you were just to talk about helping the homeless. Like that was your first thing on your mind. Your face just said it all.
Well, it's near and dear to my heart. I see these people every day, and I give so much, and I know it's not enough. And I know I'm not even touching the tip of people that actually have a need. So if I had something like this, I mean, the opportunities would be endless to help. Now, I know it wouldn't end it all over the world, but at least I could definitely start to put a dent in it here locally.
Definitely.
I'll say that much. And then, of course, I have actually a really small family, so lucky me. So that would mean it would be more for me, but I would definitely make sure that, of course, they didn't have any needs or anything like that. And I also would probably, I would contribute to the educational system that groomed me, University City.
Yeah. Okay, so, say it a little bit louder.
University City, you see me.
All right, next question.
Okay.
Oh, you might have been made for the Causeray jar. I see you.
Now, if we could just get that, that's an affirmation now. Okay.
What does it say?
It says, now I'm tearing it. It says, what makes you lose track of time? Oh my God. The question should be, what doesn't make me lose track of time? First of all, I have ADD, so I could be starting on one project, and I'm a Gemini, so I have a gypsy spirit. So I'm all over with projects and things like that. So right now, on a serious note, what makes me lose track of time is just feeling like that Rome can be built in a day.
Yeah.
I can get started on a project and I'm not coming up until it's done. And I do lose track of time and everything else that is around me because I really like to do things and do things well. So basically not having balance makes me lose track of time. That's pretty much it.
I love the transparency because there's some people in the world where we got 1,000 projects and we start on one and be like, oh, I'll come back to it. I go to this one, I go to this. At least you kind of focused on one and you trying to get the job done.
So I don't know if that's good or not.
It's like it's pros and cons to everything. All right.
Okay,
last
one. I'm gonna shake it up again.
I say you've been doing good. You've been picking ones just for you.
Okay, this one. Ooh, it's long.
It's inspirational.
Oh, wow.
It's inspirational.
Cool. It says, what's the most memorable book you have ever read? That would be Trying to Lie in the Bed You Made. By Lorraine Ansberry.
Okay.
Yeah, that's deep.
What's it about?
And the book is about two young ladies. One was raised in a pretty affluent family. They were African American, and she had a little girl that lived next door that was like her friend that didn't have such a grandeur situation. And they end up taking her in, the less fortunate young lady. And she was so happy because it was her friend and it made her be raised like they were sisters. But the young lady who was less fortunate could never kind of get with how they did things. Like she thought that they were real exuberant with how they did, and they were wasteful and things like that. Well, the story starts off when you first read the book, it's this young lady that's cleaning this hotel room, and she's talking about how the ladies got makeup on, in the sink and things like that of that nature. Well, come to find out, the young lady that was in the more affluent situation had a turn of events in life. Like she was given everything. She got the husband, she got everything. And the turn of events was that the less fortunate young lady ended up being like the successful business exec and everything, and her choices and her, and so it kind of just tells a story of their lives and how, easy come, easy go, working hard, it does pay off. Being humble, because that's my slogan, the humble don't stumble. So as long as you're humble, you know where you come from, And so it just resonated with me because, I am a hard worker and I know that it'll pay off.
Yeah.
I know that there are people that have had more than I have, but it doesn't make me any different, and things like that. You have to just be comfortable with who you are. So I like that.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that with me, and I thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So how can people contact you, reach out to you, place an order? How can they find the location and whatever else you want to share?
Well, we are Funnel Cake Factory St. Louis here at 1000 Washington in downtown, the heart of downtown St. Louis, between 9th and 10th. So very, very prime location for you to come visit. Well lit. And we will have patio seating this summer. If you would like to reach me on any social media or the business on social media, we are on Instagram at Funnel Cake Factory St. Louis. On Facebook, we are Funnel Cake Factory St. Louis. And if you want to send an inquiry for like catering or just want to know more about the restaurant or, for private events and things like that, you can send an email to info@funnelcakefactorystlouis.com, and St. Louis is completely spelled out. Okay. So it's SAINTLOUIS.com.
It's like for the people that don't know how to spell St. Louis, right? I'm Moni XO. We're out. Be easy. It's your girl Moni XO, and you just finished a 94XO interview. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment to our YouTube channel, and follow us on social media platforms. Be easy.